And we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is going to be all right. We talking about it first. Y'all didn't want no new wars. There's a war going on outside, no one is safe from. War going on outside, no one is safe from. War going on outside, no one is safe from. How are we going to handle it? Too late to ask that. We're already here. At this point, we probably should be thinking more of an exit strategy than anything else. Probably. Right? No? Yes, no, maybe so. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Son 752. AKA Omar with the... And we are talking about, at first, y'all didn't want no new wars. I just think it's real interesting. Or as they say now in politics, I think it's rich. It's awfully rich how, I guess, rich is supposed to be coincidental or, ironic or something of that ilk. Something that's surprising, something that's out of the ordinary. Yeah. It's awfully rich how the big thing about electing Donald Trump was that he was supposed to be the peace president. No new wars, no new endless wars, no new foreign wars. Donald Trump ain't stayed home since he got elected. You may consider that to be a fact. You may consider that to be a fabrication. But one thing is for sure is that his foreign policy absolutely includes, war. And as we talk about war, it's like he was the one who introduced this as being a war when he introduced it to the American public. He was saying that there are going to be many more casualties awaiting on the horizon because that's the way it is with war. And also he changed the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Supposedly for the reason that it used to be called the Department of War years ago. So he illegally, and I have to say illegally, he illegally changed it to the Department of War because it hasn't officially been done. Donald Trump doesn't like to do things where he has to ask for permission. He likes to just, get it. Just do it. Just do it. And we'll deal with all the legal mumbo jumbo at another time. But nonetheless, it's funny how the president of peace would rename his Department of Defense the Department of War. Man, it's like you can't make this shit up, right? So where we were calling it the DOD, Department of Defense, I guess now we have to call it the DOW. Well, many people don't call it the Department of War. People who are aligned and in full step with MAGA respectfully call it the Department of War. Everybody else is still calling it its legal name, which is the Department of Defense. And if you don't believe that it's really called the Department of Defense still, legally, well, let's look it up. Is the Department of Defense now legally called the Department of War?
No, the Department of Defense isn't legally renamed. However, it's authorized to use Department of War as a secondary title, following an executive order. This allows its use on official materials, but a full permanent change needs congressional approval.
That pesky Congress again. That pesky Congress. So, in case y'all missed it, what was said was,
no, the Department of Defense isn't legally renamed. However, it's authorized to use Department of War as a secondary title, following an executive order. This allows its use on official materials, but a full permanent change needs congressional approval.
So he's like, well, we don't give a shit whether Congress has approved it and whether it's totally legal. We're going to start calling it the Department of War. And, enough people will start to catch on to it. And then it won't even matter if it's called the Department of Defense legally and the Department of War in an impromptu way. Anyway, there's a lot to talk to. I didn't really want to do a political show, and I don't really enjoy doing these shows. But being at war is a serious thing. And if you're anything like me, you know that this shit was very, very preventable. Very, very preventable. But when you consider all of the circumstances, the Epstein files and the oil and Israel and their influence over Donald Trump, or Bibi Netanyahu's influence over Donald Trump, and which equates to the United States, you realize that there's really no way that this could have been prevented. But we got to try. T. Carey Wright, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And Kim's Whims all up in the comments. What? I'm not even used to seeing you there much anymore. I'm used to seeing you on this side. That's all good, though. Hope all's well with you. And my girl Carla. What's going on, Ma? I'm going to call her up in the house. Call her 63. How y'all feeling? I hope everything is good. Oh, shit. Y'all talking already? Kim says, he is the peace president. Piece of shit president. I tend to agree, or at least lean more towards that way than the other way. And Carla says, he worried about some damn ballroom and he can't even two-step. Dance, twisting the night away. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. That's all I need. That's all I ask of you. But yeah, so where are we with this? Where are we with this? They said that they didn't want no new wars. Now you talk to a lot of Trumpers, a lot of Trump supporters, a lot of MAGA, and they like, nah, we needed this war. You heard what the president said, they would have attacked us. They were about to attack us. We were under attack. Iran started this war. Oh, I'm sorry. We can't call it a war because it's not a war. You can't have a war without ground troops and congressional approval. That pesky congressional approval thing. That pesky little persistent, irritating congressional approval. Somehow it seems, with all of these circumstances, somehow it seems like it would be easier to get this man up out of office. But it must be us, right? We tripping. I'm tripping. Somebody don't want him gone. And maybe it's not who we think it is. Maybe the so-called good guys are really bad guys in disguise. Could it be? Could it be? Could it? Could it? Because this war or this military action,
Pairing.
this situation, what they call it? This what did I last hear Trump call it when he doesn't want to get into further legal trouble about what this is, when he's been advised not to call it a war. What did he call it? Not a skirmish, he said the war is already over. That's what he said. He said the war is already over. The peace president said the war is already finished. What the hell? Romans 20 truth? Why are you triggered on Trump? He's just a pawn fulfilling prophecy. Really? What makes you say that? That's an interesting declaration. Is that my man Jeff Sprayberry? Because it's interesting how it says Romans 1:20 truth, but there's a red J on there with the same color as my man Jeff Sprayberry. Hold on. Let me go check this shit out. We'll find out. It can't be. Could it? Oh, no, maybe it's not. It says Jesus is coming soon. That's what the J is for. As the elders used to say, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? VJ Eric Ho, are you crazy? Support Trump? I'm not sure if that's a question or a statement. I do not support Trump. I do not support MAGA at all. Not even a little bit. Not some. Okay, it's not Jeff Sprayberry. Thank God. I know Jeff Sprayberry. I know our guy Jeff is a Trump supporter though. At least he ain't shy about it. But I'm not so sure that he's on that bullshit. VJ says, IDF. What is IDF? I've heard of IDGAF, but IDF killing one TNI Indonesia. I don't know what that means. VJ, are you a Trump supporter or not? Yes or no? Because all of these acronyms or abbreviations that you're using, I don't recognize. Roman says, doesn't matter if you like Trump or not. He is a pawn of global power and he's on the bottom rung. All right. Well, you please identify for me who's on the top rung and how come, and explain to me how he couldn't be part of both. Just do me that one a little solid. I know that there are people who are richer than Trump, but he's pretty rich and definitely very powerful out here. So you show me why he could not be part of the problem. One thing is for sure. I don't think that he has the mental capacity to be making decent, well-informed decisions. And he doesn't even seem to be interested in making well-informed decisions But I don't think that this man has any problem knowing exactly what he wants, even if it's bad for everything else or everybody else. Okay. D-Man says, I love Trump. I love my mother. Okay, you can love Trump. Danny says, those people have been fighting for 47 years. What makes Trump think it's going to be an easy win? I don't know. I do not know. I don't know. And it's funny when you talk about 47 years, you have to really look in the context in which that 47 years has existed. Because the American propaganda will have you thinking that it's just been continuous fighting for 47 years, and that's not true. Or 47 years of total beef, and it's not true. And think about it. If it was 47 years continually, then why do we need to start the war now? Regime change. I mean, do we remember who put Ayatollah Khomeini in place in the first place? Or should I say why he came into power? You know, we have to educate ourselves a lot better. Because one thing we cannot afford to do is allow ourselves to be educated by those who are not educated. And for like Donald Trump may be intelligent, but he's not educated. And he's not interested in educating. He's not education. He's not interested in history. He's not interested in culture. He's not interested in respect. He's not interested in empathy. These things don't interest him. And when you're dealing with somebody who doesn't have interest in these types of things, but really just wants to see his names up in, like, you know, I saw a press conference he gave over the weekend. Where was he? Was it over the weekend? Where he straight out said, you know, and people try to write the things off that he says is just jokes or whatever. It's not fucking jokes. When he says that he doesn't like to be around intelligent people, he doesn't like to be around people who are smart because they want to tell all of their stories. And I just like to tell my stories. And, you know, people are laughing. I'm like, that. What do you think he's kidding? He ain't fucking kidding. He's serious. So the Pete Hegseths and the Pam Bondis and the Miller, you know, everybody in his cabinet, he chose them because they were weak and he didn't really consider them to be smart, but they were smart enough to do his bidding. But he knows that because he's the smartest one in the room, they won't have a big impact on what he wants to do. Okay. Woman says the papacy is on the top. Jesuits, Masons, monarchs, think tanks, 3-letter organizations, think tanks, politicians. Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah, you're right. All of those things do exist. They do exist. But, you know, blaming them for what you can obviously see is like knowing that you don't have enough air in your tires, and when you go on the road and your tire blows out or you get a flat, that's like blaming the street. It's the streets. If the streets were made better, if they had fresh asphalt, then I wouldn't have got this flat tire. Motherfucker, you saw that the tire was low before you left. Yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but. So, yeah. So these think tanks and Masons and the papacy, you can blame them all you want. Donald Trump is who you have to deal with. And none of that gets MAGA off the fucking off the hook. Because they were all saying that if you vote for Kamala Harris, she's going to start World War III. The first thing she's going to do is attack Iran. Well, in a year's time, less than a year's time, he's attacked Iran twice and Venezuela and threatened to take over Greenland and Canada and Mexico. I guess those are all jokes too, huh? And as this conflict is going on with Iran, he's already talking about taking over Cuba. But that must be the papacy and Masons and think tanks. My brother Time is in the house. What's going on, my brother? Donald Lations? No. Donald. Remember, everything they accuse us of is what they're doing. Interesting. Marvina Bigby, what's up, man? What's good? And Melissa. Hey, how are you? Thanks for coming through, y'all. My brother. Melissa says Trump is a chump. He is so vain. This is beyond vanity. You know, vanity is like constantly checking yourself out in the mirror, comparing your looks to somebody else. He does that, but he wants the world to look like him. He wants to brand the world after him. Now, forget about the Kennedy Center. How about the Trump Center? We need a ballroom, the Trump ballroom. All right, fuck all that. We are embroiled in a serious conflict that this man is telling us we already won. We already won. We already destroyed their Navy, their Air Force. You know, they don't really have a lot of soldiers. You realize there are 90 million people 90 million people in Iran. This isn't Iraq. There's a reason why US presidents up until now hesitated to fuck around with Iran. They know they're dangerous. This ain't no game. So we already won the war, right? But we got this little thing going on with the Straits of Hormuz, where Iran is basically installing a toll booth over there in the Straits of Hormuz. So if you destroyed their navy, and the strait is a body of water, that's what a strait is, and they're controlling that. I thought you said you totally obliterated and decimated their navy. I guess they have a coast guard. I don't know. Anyway, ain't no ships going through that shit unless they ask unless they ask Iran for permission, and that's what they've been doing. They let some Chinese tankers go through. He said, any of that American shit try to go through here, it's gonna be a problem. But you already won the war. The war is over. He told me not to be snarky. Don't be snarky. I'm trying to help you understand this is all theater. The left versus right is thesis and antithesis. Well, I agree with you on that. However, there seems to be only one party that consistently blames the other party for everything, even things that don't have shit to do with what he did. And that would be your boy Trump. The radical left, the radical left, the radical left. These people are crazy. They're lunatics. They need to be dealt with. They are the biggest problem. Who says that? Who talks like that? I don't hear any Democrats saying we got to get rid of these Republicans. The GOP must go. We need a one-party system. I only hear one person saying that. Time says, first of all, I don't even know why we are at war because I know Iran didn't do nothing to me. I believe Donald Trump, China, and Putin had a plan to take over Iran's oil. Well, China and Russia seem to be on Iran's side, teaching them, showing them how to fuck the United States up. You said Melissa says he's turning into another Hitler. Turning? Don't you think he's kind of there? And ain't it crazy how people, want to write you off as being totally ridiculous when you compare him to a Hitler or a fascist? He's not that. This motherfucker sits in front of a camera and tells you how he's going to bomb Iran. He's going to bomb them to hell. That's a quote. We're going to bomb the hell out of them. Now he's talking about war crimes. He's talking about bombing citizens. Forget about their military. We're going to take out all of their power. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Where is the 25th Amendment when you need it? Oh, I wish we could do a nice, fun show tonight. Wouldn't that be great? By the way, y'all can call in. You can call into the show. If you so choose, the number is there. But if you don't know the number to call is area code 215-518-6149. I'll put it in the comments. (215-518-6149). There is no censorship on this show. You can say anything you want to say, and you can say it any way you want to say it. You can curse, you can cuss, you can swear, you can yell, you can scream. I'm not even requesting that you be respectful. I do require that you are respectful to the people in chat, but you don't have to be respectful to me. I'll clap back anyway. But yeah, if you would like to call into the show and have your voice be heard, call in. Talk your shit. 215-518-6149. 215-518-6149. All right. That being said, as we proceed to give you what you need, at first, y'all didn't want no new wars. That's what they said. Trump for the economy and peace. You can't trust those warmongering Democrats. What wars have Democrats gotten us into to make people try to pull the wool over the American public's eyes that way? We know that George W. Bush, let's see. I'm not saying that the Democrats haven't started any conflict, but straight up and down wars? Haven't there been Republicans for the past 30 years? George H.W. Bush, the senior Bush, Didn't he start Operation Desert Storm with Iraq? And then he backed out. Saddam survived. He was a one-term president. Bill Clinton came in. What war did Bill Clinton actually start? Like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Somebody called. I missed the call. Let me see. Oh shit. Hold on. I'll call you back. Wait a minute. Good morning. This is. Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I thought I'd give you a call. I called. It's this gentleman.
Oh, that's tough.
Okay.
No, I was just saying that, you're kind of focused on Trump and MAGA and everything, and Trump's really just the pawn. He's getting his strings pulled just like Maduro. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if you caught the news that Maduro, before Trump took him out, was pleading with the papacy to, basically help him.
Well, many countries and historically have asked for the papacy to help them out. I mean, Catholics have run, well, have been very influential with world governments since the Roman days. So that's not surprising, but it's not the papacy in the White House. I mean, as far as Catholic presidents, you remember that the first president of the United States that was listed under the Catholic religion was John F. Kennedy. Remember, it was a big deal back then. So I don't deny the influence of any of the entities that you're talking about, but I'm not going to allow that to take away from any responsibility that Trump holds. Because you have to look at Trump, the man. Remember, Trump didn't hold office before the presidency. He's never been a governor or a mayor or a senator or a congressperson or anything like that. He's never held office. He was just a citizen. But you have to, but remember the kind of political influence that he held as a businessman, because the United States is a business, and they follow where the money goes. So every law, every bill, every action that happens governmentally is all tied to money. Whether you're talking about welfare or abortion or all of that, all of it is money, 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 money. Everything gets taxed. Everything has a price tag on it. So when you consider how major corporations, like somebody like Donald Trump, that is a real estate developer, casino developer, and all of that, a failed casino developer at that, but one who is definitely good at branding and so-called generating revenue for states and cities, in the way that they like to look at it. We value corporations over citizens, when the middle class is always left, footing the bill for everything that happens out here. We always have to. It always impacts our bottom line way more than it does these corporations. And I remember Donald Trump is suing the IRS right now for what, 10 billion, because they leaked. They did illegally leak his tax returns, but he was more embarrassed of the fact that he only paid $750 taxes. Millions and millions of dollars. He paid $750 in taxes, but that's more than Tesla paid last year, because they didn't pay any, not a dime. Not a dime. Now, are you still there?
Yeah, no, I want to have talk, but I guess my point is Trump is not acting without direction. You know what I'm saying? You're focused on his actions, but you got to look higher up the ladder and understand that he's not. He's basically just a puppet. He's the pawn. So, like the Heritage Foundation. So that would be the next rung up the ladder, the think tanks, and you got to look up and not look down at the guy who's just fulfilling his instructions. So, and understand this war, it's about consolidating power. If you look, you'll see that Cuba is kind of teetering right now. Maduro got taken out. So those were two dictators in this hemisphere. So you got to look at the bigger picture. Why did Trump move forward with the war? It's about consolidating power. So
I don't deny that everybody has a boss.
Right.
However, if hold on a second, okay? Let me do this.
I don't deny that.
Yo, turn your device down, man.
I did.
All right, hold on a second. Let me see if I can get y'all connected here.
And thesis, antithesis. Would you say that? It's kind of like, hey, look over here while this is going on over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Joe on the street is like, oh well, Democrats and Republicans are infighting. They're on the same team.
Okay.
So they're not. It's just theater for the masses. You just gotta dig a little deeper. I understand why you have issues with Trump. I'm no Trumper. I don't even delve too much in politics. I just realized that, hey, there's more to the story than just this guy, who's, saying he doesn't want a war, and then next thing, we've got a war in Iran.
Well, I don't. This show is more about people who support Trump. This isn't about Trump. Because when we say at first y'all didn't want no new wars, I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about MAGA. Are they not?
That phrase.
Huh?
Well, Trump came up with that "Make America Great Again."
Yeah, but
and like I said earlier, that all falls in line with prophetic events. So I mean,
well, Trump wasn't.
That's a whole other topic for another time. But I'm just saying, Trump, coined that MAGA phrase.
He didn't. He actually didn't. He's not the first person. He's not the first president to use let's make America great again. He didn't. Okay. He didn't invent that. Okay. He's just branded. He's a branding guy. He branded it.
I could be okay. I stand corrected then.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, there's a lot of focus on Trump, and he's not really the guy pulling the strings. It may appear that he is.
Well, listen, you gotta blame somebody, and you have to arrest somebody. So if you pay me as a hitman to kill your wife or somebody that you want taken out, yes, you are the machine. Maybe I wasn't thinking about killing this person at all, right? But I'm definitely going to jail for the murder. Now, if I tell on you that you paid me, then fine. Yeah, they'll go after you. Other than that, they're going after me. But once again, this is about MAGA and how now they are flipping as Donald Trump is flipping. So whereas they are documented, many of their voters, many of the MAGA voters are documented as saying that they voted for Trump. Whether they voted for him 1, 2, or 3 times, They voted for him because he was a peace president. There were going to be no new wars, and he was the best person suited to fix the economy. How has any of that worked out?
Well, good question for you. So, when you're saying MAGA, are you talking about like a conservative movement or people that just voted for Trump? I'm not sure if I fully understand your definition of it.
I'm talking about any and everybody who voted for Trump once, twice, or three times, who wears the red hats or the t-shirts or the paraphernalia, and who speaks his talking points or defends the things that he says, even when they are contradictory to what he said the day before. That's who I'm talking about. Because there is no Trump. There is no Trump without MAGA. If nobody is fueling him, if nobody is confirming him, if nobody is reinforcing or approving of anything that he does, there is no. Then all we have left is the 25th Amendment. There is no Trump.
You don't think anybody voted for Trump just simply because they thought the other choice was worse? Kind of like the lesser of two evils.
Do you remember what Trump did in his first administration?
Vaguely. I mean, I'm not a big fan.
Wait. What do you mean vaguely? Do you live in this country?
I do.
Okay.
But I don't dwell.
I'm going to ask this question again.
You probably.
Wait. I'm going to ask this question again. Do you remember what Trump did in his first administration?
Regarding specifically what, the economy or his, agenda, like, when he says drill, baby, drill, you pinpoint it for me so I know what you're referring to.
Well,
he did a lot of things during his first term, so, and you've got me at a disadvantage because you're more focused on that, as a streamer. So I don't.
No, I'm not a political. I'm not a political streamer. If you go to my channel, you're not going to see a bunch of shows about politics. That's not what I do. But
then I misunderstood.
But I think is interesting about the way you answered that question. You brought up drill, baby, drill.
Yeah, I know. That was the first thing that came to mind.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You didn't say anything about January 6th or falsely blaming of an election for being fixed or causing an insurrection. And you asked me, do you think that anybody voted for Trump because he was the lesser of two evils? Name a president that was eviler. Name an American president that got in the way between the way of the peaceful transfer of power and caused an insurrection. Name one. Anybody? You have 44 presidents. 45 presidents to choose from. Name one who did anything like that shit.
Did the Masons ask them to do that along with the power?
Hold on, Troy. Wait. Name one who you can say did anything.
That was unique.
Wait. You said wait. I love this word. You said it was unique.
Yeah, the Trump. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think there was another president before that said the election was rigged.
Sir, if you don't mind me asking, who did you vote for in this past election?
Trump.
Okay. All right, so stand on that shit. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Because I didn't want Kamala. That was pretty easy choice.
Yeah, you didn't want Kamala because because Trump was the lesser of two evils?
Yeah. Did you put,
With all due respect, sir. Listen, sir. Well, hold on. With all due respect, you must be out of your fucking mind. Now, this is all making even more sense. Now, because you are the exact person I'm talking about when I say at first y'all didn't want no new wars. It's not the papacy putting a battery in his back. It's people like you. You make excuses for him. You make concessions for him. You give him the ability to switch on a dime and lie and pull the wool over people's eyes. And that's the reason why you want to talk about Sleepy Joe, not you particularly, but these are the evils that Donald Trump was supposed to be the lesser of. I bet you and a whole lot of other people wish they could go back to 2 years ago because gas was a lot cheaper. You were making more money. Everybody was making more money. The stock market was doing better. Everybody was doing better, but we were all bitching. So we could get a motherfucker that tried to directly ruin this country back in office because he was the lesser of two evils. Meanwhile, every single thing that Kamala Harris said that Trump was going to do has come into prophecy. How do you explain that, sir?
So the border's open now? I don't know. We're obviously
Kamala said that he was going to back out of the Russian Ukraine conflict. How did he handle that? What did he do there? She also talked about Project 25. Sound familiar? Was she remotely close to anything like that?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. In fact, the whole Project 2025, he said he didn't know anything about it. I believe that he did. So I'm not saying politicians don't lie. I mean,
all right. Listen. Let me just end this. Let me just end this with one question.
Sure.
If and when Trump finds a way to run for a third term, are you voting for him again?
No, he's not going to run for a third term.
No, that's not what I asked you. If and when he runs for a third term, are you voting for him again?
No, of course not.
Why not?
Because they don't provide third terms.
No. Okay. So are you saying that the only reason you wouldn't, because you're not answering the question. You're doing that filibustering shit that really pisses me off. I asked you a direct question and you're answering a different question. I asked you if and when. Okay, now why would you not vote for him for a third term?
Well, I disagree with that, but no, I would not vote for him for a third term because he's not entitled to a third term.
Why? Why is he not entitled to a third term? Are you saying that he's not deserving of a third term?
No, because our current laws are such that he doesn't get a third term.
You're not. So you're choosing not to answer my question.
Well, I thought I was.
No, you're not, because I asked you if and when he runs for a third term. Let me make this easier. Would you vote for? No. Let me make it easier for those who because you've obviously been in court before.
Direct, though. Isn't that pretty direct when I say I wouldn't vote for him even if he ran?
No, because you adding in all this other shit. You're saying because he couldn't do it. I'm asking you, would you, based on his performance and his policies, would you vote for him again?
I would not vote for him, regardless. It doesn't matter. I would not vote for the gentleman again.
Okay, now why would you not? Hold on a second. Hold on one second. Hold on, Kim.
Hello.
Okay, hello. Sir, what would be the reason, besides the fact that he can't run for a third term? Why would you not vote for Donald Trump again?
Well, I think that's the primary reason is he's not entitled. He won't be on the ballot. Even if he was on the ballot, I wouldn't vote for him.
And why would you not vote for him again, even if he was on the ballot?
Because he's not entitled to a third term.
Please let me ask the question.
No. Because we're not going to do this the whole show. That's not going to fucking happen. So this is.
I'm not sure if I'm saying I'm not going to vote for him. What more are you looking for?
Well, I told you what I was looking for. I'm looking for the reason that you would not vote for him again. I don't give a fuck whether it was his third time, fourth time, whatever. What's the reason that you would not vote for this man again?
Because I don't believe that he's entitled to a third term.
Do you think that he's doing a good? Do you think that he's doing a good job?
On some things, yes. On other things, no.
What do you think he's doing a good job at?
I like the border.
Okay. Yeah. So the how has the border affected you?
I'm in a border state.
Okay, I'm just saying, because let Trump tell it. All of our problems with crime are coming from immigrants, which is the most fucking ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But since he says that, and that was supposed to be the reason why we can't afford homes and things like that. So everything should be cheaper now. We should be able to rent apartments for half of what we were paying in 2023. Everything should be a utopian society with all of these illegals or all of these immigrants getting deported, right?
They're not deported. We still have a lot of them.
No, he's deported a whole lot of them.
I'm in a border state.
What border state are you? What border state do you live in?
I'm not going to say.
Why not?
But I do live in a border state, so yeah, you've got a number to choose from. But anyway, they haven't all been deported. So I mean, what do we get? 20 million, 12 million? Yeah, you were very deported, huh?
How?
People that came across illegally.
Well, I mean, let's just go back to that. We all should be deported then. Majority, all of us, all our ancestors, whoever, if we got great generations ahead, they should be deported too, because this is the land of immigrants.
No, I want to know. I don't. Hold on. I don't want to get into. Wait a minute. I don't want to get into any emotional shit. I want to keep this shit strictly political and factual. I want to know, how much money that any illegal immigrants were taking out of your paycheck, and how much has been put back, or how much do you expect to be put back when
we pay taxes? So I don't know what percentage of that goes to support their health care, their education.
And how does that take money out of your pocket?
Not directly. It just comes out of the tax base.
Yeah, but the major corporations don't pay any taxes. Why don't you blame them?
Right. No, they pass it on. So, corporations just pass it on to the consumer.
Oh my God, y'all motherfuckers are ridiculous. It's like you want to blame your neighbors and shit, but you don't want to blame your borough. That shit is fucking amazing to me. Your neighbor has to pay the same thing you pay, and they're actually contributing to the economy. Meanwhile, these corporations are operating, taxing you, and not paying anything themselves. When if they paid their fair share, it would relieve all of us. But you want to blame Hugo and Juan because you really just don't like them.
No, that's not accurate.
You know what? Maybe it's not accurate for you. Wait. Maybe it's not accurate for you, sir. socially. But you know that for many people like you, it's exactly accurate.
I don't know about other people, but I just know that.
Yeah, you know about other people. What one thing that you have definitely impressed upon me is that you do not lack intelligence. So, just like when Donald Trump says, I don't know about it, or I don't know anything about it, and he's lying through his fucking teeth, you're doing the same thing. And it takes intelligence to do that. It takes self-awareness to do that. But the thing is, I'm intelligent too, and so are the other two people on this line and people who are listening. So we know when somebody's bullshitting. But somebody like you doesn't care if people know because you stand on, hey, but I didn't say it, which means that you also know a lot about how the legal system works.
Well, I know, for example, that we had a family member who came in legally, and the family had to sign documentation that individual would never be on welfare, never take any public assistance, and that the family would support that individual. And here we have people coming across that have been deported multiple times, that have criminal records, that are lengthy, and have unfortunately ended a number of American lives. So, I think one illegal is too many. If the law is the law, they shouldn't be here.
What do we count as illegal? Because I never hear the discussion when it's someone from Germany, someone from Ireland.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter what country they came from.
Slovakian. I'm speaking.
If they could be
I
Chinese,
never hear when it's somebody from Slovakia. I never hear it when it was anybody else from a place where it's predominantly people who are Caucasian. However, when it's somewhere melanin, when it's someplace where it's people with melanin, then it becomes a problem. And if we want to get serious, this land belongs to no one Caucasian ever until the United States decided to form and steal it, if we want to be honest. And here, my question for you is, was no new wars ever a principle, or was it just branding people liked until the violence was aimed at somebody they were taught not to see as fully human, or fully sovereign, or worth peace? Is that when it mattered?
I don't understand your question.
Was a principle, or was it branding that people like?
Kim,
Okay.
you're going to have to understand. Hold on, sir. You're going to have to understand that you're talking to a Cash Patel. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to get any really straight straight answers out of this guy. I don't mind him. I kind of like him, but like this is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. This is why fucking Trump can run amok. Because motherfuckers like this run cover for him. You know what I'm saying?
I know, because instead of saying why you won't vote for him, say why you will vote for him.
I already voted for him.
And why will you vote for him again if he runs again? Or he's not even going to have to run. If and when he decides that it's not going to be another election, because he said it before, why will you still support him?
You don't think there's going to be another election?
What I asked you is, why would you still support him?
First of all, I don't think he's going to be in another election. So, we're just kind of throwing stuff up in the air and saying, well, what if, or maybes, or, potentially. Getting back to your question, I think illegal is illegal is illegal. It doesn't matter what country they came from. They could come from Germany, they could come from Switzerland, or Norway. It doesn't matter. If they're here and they shouldn't be here, then they should, go. So it doesn't matter. Color has nothing to do with it. I don't care what color they are. I just care about their legal status. Imagine if you went over to Mexico, how would they wouldn't receive you with open arms, or Russia, or or any of the countries that have sovereign borders. So why should we be anything?
Americans go to Mexico all the time.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I want to address what you said. The thing is, our government can't be compared to other governments because it's not the same form of government. So you can't compare how another country would handle the immigration problem to the way we handle it, because we have a so-called democratic process that we operate in. Other countries don't necessarily operate within that type of government. So you can't compare the two, and you know that, and other people know that shit too.
Yeah, but are you saying that we shouldn't have borders then? We should just
No, I mean this is not about borders. This is not about borders. You know, I think that I don't believe in open borders and just letting people unchecked. It would be just like living in a questionable neighborhood and leaving your car doors or your home unlocked. It's a security issue. But that's a small part of the equation of what we're going through right now, because this show is about this war that's going on. And you know, that's why I don't really want to get caught up in this whole, you know, illegal immigrant shit. But you know, I don't mind spending a little bit of time on it. But in the larger issue, the biggest, most important issue, the thing that actually threatens our safety, can sometimes get lost in the fray. And I'm not willing to sacrifice that. You know, I don't know how anybody can be comfortable with this situation going on with Iran, and being comfortable with the way that Donald Trump has manipulated the media into only reporting the positive aspects of this situation that's going on, when our servicemen are in grave danger. And so is the United States. For the first time since the Cold War era, we are in physical danger. We've spent the better part of 70 years telling our soldiers and spreading the propaganda that we're fighting for our freedom, when our freedom has never been in jeopardy, when our safety has never been in jeopardy, because we have never fought a foreign war on this soil. And it looks like we may be coming to the end of that. No other country has ever directly threatened to attack the United States. Not in 9/11. Not Russia never did it.
December 7th ring a bell?
December 7th, what year?
Was it? Yeah. Yeah. The little country called Japan.
Oh yeah? Oh, wait a minute. I'm glad you brought that up, sir. You said it was 1941?
I'm guessing. I know it's December 7th.
God damn, you got to do better than this. Okay. So did Japan threaten to attack the United States, the continental United States?
Well, they did. They actually did. So
they actually did what?
Attack the United States.
Oh, wait a minute. Where in the United States did they attack?
Alaska.
They attacked Japan.
They weren't states.
Japan attacked Alaska?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
What history are you talking about?
You're not aware that Japan attacked Alaska.
You mean Hawaii?
Yeah, Alaska.
No, Japan never attacked any Alaska. Especially in 1941. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the Aleutian Island campaign In June 1942, 6 months after the Japanese attack at Pearl Harbor that drew the U.S. into World War II, the Japanese targeted the Aleutians.
Okay, so what year did the United States acquire?
That was 40. So that was 42. So it was either 41 or 42.
Okay, hold on a second.
But we're going like in all different directions. Let's get back. You were saying that your show is mainly about the current conflict in Iran. I mean, we can talk.
Then why can't you answer my question? If we're getting back to it, my question was no new wars a principle, or was it just branding people light?
What were people out brown? Did you say lying?
I said, was no new wars ever a principle, or was it just branding that people liked?
Oh, yeah, I probably branding what people liked. I mean, you know, it sounds good, but you know, the reality is that you know, there's always going to be wars.
So when you support him, you're not supporting on principles. You were supporting on branding, because that's what a lot of people were supporting.
So that was just one.
That
was just one of his things. And to be honest with you, that was not probably my main motivation for choosing him. I think a lot of my motivation was make sure that Kamala didn't get in and Tim Walt. So that's
if they carried on, and if Kamala Harris did the things he's doing now, would you still feel the same? Would you still be so lackluster in your responses? I'm sorry?
I would never, ever vote for Kamala.
I'm just saying hypothetically, if she had carried on the exact same way he's doing now, would you still be so lackluster in your conversation, in your responses? Would you tiptoe around your words and use eggshells instead of outwardly saying, yeah, this is the dude you voted for. You still dig him. You still want him to be president. You would always support him. But if Kamala Harris had done the same, here, we'll even remove her. If Bush W, the baby, had done these things, would you still be as supportive?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the Bushes.
So no, you wouldn't. If Reagan had done it, no.
Are you saying if Kamala had the same platform that Trump had? I guess I don't fully understand your question.
My question is, if Kamala Harris were the president right now, and all of the things that this psychopath is doing, if she was doing the exact same things, would you be as lackluster in your comments? Would you be so eggshell with your tongue? Would you continue to tiptoe on glass as you speak the things you just don't want to say out loud? Would you be so hesitant and timid in your response?
No, ask me a straightforward question, I'll answer it. I believe that yes should be yes and no is no. So I'm not a politician, but no, I think Kamala would be a poor choice.
Let me ask you, what counts as war in your mind? What counts as war? Mm-hmm.
What we're doing right now in Iran. Yeah.
And that's the only thing that counts as war?
What's that?
Is that the only thing that counts as war?
Well, they have war on drugs. I mean, war could be applied in, different scenarios. I guess I don't understand where you're getting at. I mean, wars apply to a lot of things. I mean, one company going against another one, it's a conflict. So it doesn't mean that people are necessarily dying. But in this situation, I'm not a big fan of the whole Iran thing.
You're not a big fan? I mean, you make it sound you make it sound so, so matter of factly, like that little Iran thing.
Well, you gotta understand, this is long as mankind has been on this planet, there's been conflict. So, you know, it wasn't that long ago we had World War II, World War I, you know, millions, 50 million in World War II, 20 million World War I, to Vietnam, 55,000 service members. Yeah. So there's always going to be conflict, and just because somebody that has the title of president says, "Oh, I'm not going to have any conflict," you know, I don't know that I would think that's wrong.
He never said that he wasn't going to have any conflict.
Wait, there's a couple people talking. What was the question?
I said through all these wars that you just mentioned, there's always been an asshole that created it and started it. Like right now, there was no reason to go to Iran to start a war when you already said you demolished their systems last year.
Well, they're nuclear.
Everything that this man is doing right now with this war is doing everything to change the narrative of the Epstein files, and that's what he's doing. You don't see that. None of his constituents see that, but that's all it is the cover up. To change the narrative. He's been trying to change the narrative for a whole fucking year. The whole year he's been trying to change the narrative.
Well, so when they throw out rhetoric like you know, death to the great Satan, and if they had a nuclear bomb, I don't think they would use it on it.
The problem is that what we do as Americans is that we go to a region, we disrupt that region because we want to create that region and put democracy in a country that has nothing to do with us. They have a way of living their life. I don't condone any murders of Christians. I don't condone any murders of women. But their way of living is their way of living. Our way of living up. You don't see Iranians coming here bombing up saying we want this to be an Iranian territory and we want to live their lives.
You know, Troy, one of the hardest things. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. You know, Troy, one of the hardest things for Americans to understand is that other people have a right to live the way that they want to live, even if it's not. See, we understand that we don't like the way our government is run, but we don't seem to understand that other people don't like the way their government is run either. But we like to pick apart other governments and the way that they treat their citizens or the way that they live and the way that they have operated for 47 years or longer or whatever. But when the issue of oppression in this country comes up, then we don't want to deal with that. Somebody is calling in with a private number. Hold on. Wait a minute. Someone is trying to call in with a private number. We don't do private numbers. If you can't show your number, you can't call in. So I did invite people in the chat to call in, but I will not answer a private number because that's normally okay. That's better. All right. Hold on. Caller with the last numbers 4469. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. What's on your mind?
Man, these MAGA people, I can never understand the cognitive level of dissonance that these people display on a regular basis. These motherfuckers.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me click you in. I had to make sure that you were good. Hold on a second. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so I just got to get this off my chest, man. You MAGA people, I really don't. I will never understand where you're coming from. Your reasoning is never based in logic. It's never based in fact. It's always based in feelings. The rhetoric that he spews from that podium, you buy that shit hook, line, and sinker. He tells you motherfuckers no wars one day, and the next day he says we're going to war, and you motherfuckers flip and clap around like a bunch of seals. What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't you have a brain cell of your own to reason? I mean, why is it that everything this motherfucker says, you motherfuckers kowtow? I mean, do those red hats come with preparation H? I mean, goddamn, are you gonna dick ride until it runs out? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Shit. Right?
Fair question.
Well, so you think American had an interest in ending a regime that was killing Americans for...
Hey, look, I don't even know enough about fucking history to understand the complexities of how that even started in the Middle East. August 19th, 1953, the United States and the United Kingdom orchestrated a coup d'etat in Iran to overthrow their democratic elected leader because he wanted to nationalize the oil reserves for the nation of his people. And they didn't like that because them greedy motherfuckers always want to go grab resources from other people. So stop talking about shit you don't know nothing about. You motherfuckers don't read. You don't comprehend. You just parrot all these rhetoric talking points because you're too fucking stupid to go learn something on your goddamn own. You're told what to think. Start thinking for your fucking self. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Spending all this time online doing all this running cover and kissing ass and riding dicks for Donald Trump. You motherfuckers need to get some balls. What the fuck is wrong with you? God damn, I feel like I'm in church.
You know,
apparently, so you condone them to have nuclear weapons.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me answer this. Let me ask a question. Does Israel have nuclear weapons?
They sure do. Guess where they got them from? They had technology for that. In fact, they told the U.S. They told Kennedy that it was a goddamn textile plant. They got the nuclear equipment from France in 1948, roughly, and then they stole the nuclear material from Pennsylvania in the 1960s. They stole it. Over 600 pounds of nuclear material? Who the fuck is Israel to tell anybody not to have nuclear weapons?
But they're not threatening the U.S.
Don't know shit. You MAGA motherfuckers don't know shit. Go read a book. Pick up a book. Take Trump's dick out of your ass. Go to a local library and pick up a goddamn book. Please.
Yeah, it's totally, you're like comparing apples to oranges, and you're like getting kind of...
I'm frustrated because I have to live down here with the insufferable incompetence of morons. I just want to live worse.
Let me share something with you. You think it's bad now? It's going to get worse.
It is going to get worse because he's destroying history. He's removing historical facts, rewriting history, making you motherfuckers dumber than you already are. Yeah, it is going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse, and you're running cover for the motherfucker that's making you dumber. God damn.
But I thought they voted for him. The biggest thing he ran on was America First, and we still haven't done America First.
Maybe we didn't understand what he meant by America First.
It was opposite day. It must have been opposite day. America First meant America Last, like SpongeBob and Patrick.
Finance. All right, $20 billion to Argentina. Another $10 billion to his board of peace, another $10 billion for his IRS tax leaks, another $18.3 billion to Israel for the special projects on top of the $3.8 billion that they already get annually. What the fuck America First got to do with any of this?
Nothing. Not a damn.
Well, we're not sending money.
You keep running cover for him.
Studies overseas.
But he'll tell you motherfuckers, what is it? Trans for everyone, and everybody's up in arms about it. Trans for everyone. You goddamn dummies.
Yeah. I don't know. It kills me when the trans comes up, then the Obama comes up, then the Biden comes up. But you know what he does?
You got Hillary too.
No. Hold on. Yeah, but he's quick not to. He doesn't bring up Hillary as much, and he doesn't bring up Kamala as much, because those are the ones who directly called him on the bullshit that he's actually doing. So he don't really want you to go back and research what they said or what they did. If you notice, he calculates that very well. Kamala put out the whole playbook on him during her campaign. So he don't really anything Kamala said, because you're gonna see a snapshot of everything that's happening today. You know, different kind of shit. Listen, man.
Oh my God. They want to talk about Burisma while Trump Jr. has got contracts with the DOD for drones and Jesus Christ. He's got DOD contracts for drones and AI and is making billions off the U.S. taxpayer. Little Baron is doing some insider trading along with the rest of the family. Man, motherfuckers got the nerve to talk about law and order. You wanna talk about Hillary? Running cover. All y'all do is run cover. That's it.
You never talk about the other side.
I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. I'm a militant independent. I don't trust Democrats. I give Democrats credit for this. They are better at governance for the people than Republicans are.
Probably
Republicans,
previously, not anymore. Not they right.
Governance. I didn't say. I said they're better with the people's money. More of that money goes back to the people. But the vast majority of Republicans, that money goes to corporations.
All of it.
Well, military-industrial complex, but you got. Hey, both sides are rife with fraud and liars.
I don't deny that. I'm an independent.
What
I mean,
does the national debt? Does the national debt go up more when Republicans are in office or when Democrats are in office?
Well,
and then let's base that answer on some facts.
It's an easy ass question. I mean,
answer on some facts.
crap done with Trump, Biden, or what's his face, Obama did a number. I mean, they all like drunken sailors.
I'm going to ask you an easier question. Have any Republic? Wait a minute. Let me ask you an easier question. When was the last Republican to actually reduce the debt, the national debt? That should be easy.
It's been a long time. Go ahead, answer.
Yeah, I know. Was Reagan? I don't know that
Compound economics, where he told the people it was going to rain money from the top down, and everybody got pissed on.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. My life was great under Reagan.
What the fuck? Only a white man could say that. I mean, I'm just being honest. Only a white man would say some shit like that.
The last time a Republican president,
what am I saying?
Was Dwight Eisenhower.
Bingo. Thank you, Troy. Yeah.
Right.
None of us were alive then. We weren't even shit. Some of our parents weren't even alive. But anyway, questions like that. You know, like Republicans never they don't reduce the national debt. That's not what they do. But they like to talk about that all the time. And
no, they don't. They don't. I mean, I don't. You know, you probably have the numbers, but I know Obama, I think, was 8 or 10 trillion, and
no, you're not even close, sir. You're not even close. There's only one president who increased the national debt by 8 trillion, and guess who that was?
It's been going up for the last 20 years.
Guess who it was?
The presidency is only 4 years, so
guess who? Well, guess what? Guess what? President did it in record time of one term.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Obama doubled it.
No, he didn't.
In 2 terms, In 2 terms, he didn't even come close.
Hey man, instead of getting your feelings and guessing, just look up the information.
I know he has a phone in his hand, right?
Go,
I know he can surf and talk.
Go to the congressional.
I got one better for everybody. Who gives a damn about Obama? Who gives a damn about what Biden did? Who gives a damn about what Kamala may have done? Who gives a damn about what Reagan did? Who gives a damn about what Bush did? Who gives a damn about any of that? Because right now, today, in 2026, March 31st, the president is Donald J. Stupid Trump. That's the person who is making life rough for everybody. I've never worried about my son being forced to go to war until now. I've never worried about my nephews being forced into it until now. I never worried about the safety of my cousin who served this country until now. I never was concerned about any of that until now. I was never concerned about a sleeper cell waking up next door to me, around the corner from me, at the grocery store, down the street from me, 3 blocks over from me until now. I never worried about waking up every day thinking today might be the day that everybody loses their lives because of this man. I didn't wake up today. I didn't wake up when Obama was the president or Bush was the president thinking, damn, I better order some cases of water because our president is threatening to destroy the water system in another country, and because we don't know who is here in this country waiting, that we might not have water as well. Didn't worry about that.
Do you know why there?
But I woke up today thinking about that.
Do you know why there might be terror cells in this country? Because open borders.
It has absolutely nothing to do with open borders. You do know there are American terrorists in this country.
I mean, we had homegrown terrorists. Timothy McGrew.
Exactly.
He was homegrown, brother.
Wasn't the Michigan guy illegal that just went to the synagogue here in Michigan? Wasn't that a
Americans? We kill each other more than any damn.
Have any of you ever heard? Wait a minute. Have any of you ever heard of an organization, a faction called the Ku Klux Klan?
Exactly.
A Democrat organization.
Yeah, a Democrat organization. I wouldn't give a fuck what they. I wouldn't give a fuck if they were. I wouldn't give a fuck if they were a space or.
Until all those racist Democrats switched over to the Republican Party.
Wait. You know, listen, Troy. You know what? Don't even go into all of that shit. The reason I brought up the whole. Wait a minute. Wait. The only reason I brought up the KKK is because it shows you that this country has been founded on terrorism, and the propaganda campaign, the propaganda campaign makes you believe that a terrorist is somebody who looks differently than you. You know, when the United States has more active terrorist organizations than all of the other countries combined.
Exactly.
When you consider what the true meaning of
deemed terrorist organization, even though they've been hanging, castrating, murdering, and raping for damn near 150 years, I've had considered a terrorist organization because they're far right, far white.
I had to explain this to somebody online yesterday about terrorism. Because we hear that word and automatically we start thinking about somebody with a turban on their head or whatever. And you have to understand what terrorism means. And terrorism in the United States is not illegal. You would be surprised at the organizations, the terrorist organizations in the United States that are labeled as terrorists that operate legally. The KKK is one of them. The Nation of Islam is another one of them. The neo-Nazis is another one of them. There are plenty. Those are just the popular ones. The Proud Boys.
Why wouldn't it be? This country was built on it.
Well, of course, we know that this country was founded on it. Well, some of us know that this country was founded on it, but way more of us believe that terrorism is a new concept. And we think that it's somebody who looks differently or operates differently than we do. And that's just not true. So it's
I'm gonna be real with the white brother that's calling in, man. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I understand where you guys are coming from. I understand that you've been indoctrinated and manipulated because you've only been told the history that they wanted you to know. You've only been told the information. You've only been given pieces of a puzzle, never the entire picture, so that it would frame a narrative in your brain. I recommend that instead of believing in fairy tales like, Prince Charming and Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and all this other bullshit that propaganda that fill your brains with, go out and go on your own journey of knowledge, because you will understand that this oppression is not just for minorities. They are oppressing you as well. To lie to someone and tell them that they are greater than their brothers or their sisters of a different color, that is setting them up for failure, because that is not an incentive to go achieve and excel. People wonder why black people have become millionaires and billionaires. It's because they were forced to evolve. They were forced to adapt. They were forced to overcome. And now they see these white folks see these black people with these nice cars and these nice houses, and they're saying, well, shit, this is all coming from because of the civil rights. No, it's because they were forced to evolve. While other people sat back and rested on their laurels of color, they were forced into a situation where they had to progress themselves. They had to work harder. It had nothing to do with no goddamn handouts. So I
what are you
go out and go read
about?
the true history.
You don't know how the NEA keeps the education and wants dumb people? Look at the inner city education system. I think it was in Chicago where 0% could read at grade level and 0% were proficient in math.
Brother, what are the most uneducated states in the union? Where are they, and who are they run by? Just I want to see your level.
I'm going to say, well, I think it's the blue states.
Actually, you got a phone in your hand. You can go verify your hypothesis by simply Googling it. Look up the information. I guarantee you it's going to be Oklahoma, Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, parts of northern Florida, West Virginia, because I don't run my information or my validation off of my feelings. I actually go and do the research. My quest in life is for truth, validation, verification. I want to know that my moral compass is based in reality, factual things that can be verified. I don't go off of feelings. And if you want to become a better version of yourself, stop going off bullshit. Education. You don't verify the information.
The least educated of the southern states. The same states with the highest rate of poverty.
We went way off topic, but so your main focus on your stream is about the war.
Well, it was about. I told you it was about MAGA.
I think.
About MAGA changing their stance as Donald Trump changes his stance, and I don't think you can deny it. Y'all was saying no new wars, no new foreign wars. Y'all was standing on that.
Oh, I knew. Well, I don't know that I believe that. I mean,
Believe what? You don't know if you believe what?
You don't know.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't know that. The whole no new wars. I don't know that I totally believe that. Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know?
Gotta have some war, right?
You don't know? I don't understand what you mean when you say you don't know, because I know for sure.
Did you honestly think that there would be no new wars during his term? Seriously, did you think that there would be no new conflict during?
Well, Isn't this coming from a guy who spouted himself as being the arbiter of the art of the deal? Yeah. This guy, if he is not able to diplomatically resolve a dispute per se, an unnecessary dispute for a resolution that a clause that he decided to tear up because his predecessor he didn't like. That is on him. Have you ever heard the statement?
You know how they cheated.
Your word is bond.
Iran was playing games, running circles around Obama, who sent him pallets of money on a plane.
Okay, so those pallets of money, where did that money come from? Just I want to see where did that money come from? Just out of curiosity.
Well, supposedly it was money that we had held from them that we were returning.
So it was sanctioned money for oil. Guess what Trump did last week? Just out of curiosity. Do you know what he did last week?
What did he do? What did he do? What did he do?
He removed the Iranian sanctions on oil.
Oh yeah, he definitely did that. He definitely did that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Sounds a little contradictory to his policy, doesn't it?
It was left in place. We would have been able to send inspectors into their nuclear facilities. Unlike when Kennedy asked Israel to inspect their nuclear facilities, he ended up dead for some reason.
He must have died. He must have died of natural causes.
We're gonna ignore all that.
Well, that's speculation. Yeah.
Speculation, right?
Brother, hey, I can send you the actual references and documentation. Brother. I'm a student of history. I love facts. I verify every fucking thing, every drop of water that I can come across. Damn it. Hey, it's a possibility. I didn't say that. I know the Mossad had a big problem with him. He was because he wanted.
But hey, it was a pleasure chatting with you. Yeah, we're not always going to see eye to eye on everything. I think some things we have shared ground. I mean, I'm not a fan of any wars, but I know, unfortunately, they're always going to be there. I mean, we're never going to have a utopian where there's no end to conflict. That'll never happen.
There's always going to be wars, but there should be wars that we don't create on our own. And there is methods that we go through before we even go to war, like going through the UN, going through Congress, going through Senate.
But brother, I hope
you want to support our troops.
Yes, we would support our troops.
I mean, we do
serve as well.
Their safety, you know.
I hope you go out and you become a student of history. Don't just go off of the talking points. Don't, because somebody that you like says something, don't just listen to that bullshit, no matter who it is. Don't even listen to what I said tonight. Go verify it for yourself. Go verify this information for yourself. Don't trust anybody. Don't do the work.
I do have the numbers. It says Barack Obama, $7.63 trillion. Trump first term, $7.8 trillion. Joe Biden, $8.45 trillion. So,
you know why that deficit grows?
Well, who won?
It's because you don't.
No, Biden didn't win. Trump won.
No, he hasn't finished his term yet.
No, that was for his first term. What are you talking about?
Biden beat Trump.
No, he didn't. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Trump was $7.84 billion, and Biden was $8.45 billion.
Let me ask y'all something. What is the most expensive endeavor a country can go into? What is the most expensive endeavor? War. Okay, so who cut taxes? Bush Sr. cut taxes, went to war. Bush Jr. cut taxes, went to war. Trump cutting taxes and going to war. You wonder why we are now insolvent?
Taxes. You said, what was it? Read my lips, no new taxes, and he wound up raising taxes.
He raised taxes for a short period of time.
Yeah, I mean,
you remember all that, but you can't remember nothing.
So you know that at one
I know
point we didn't
exactly
have an
what.
IRS.
Say that part.
What you think?
We didn't have an
I
IRS,
said that
but
part.
because of the war. But anyway, yeah, it cost
We
a lot of money
started
to fight a war.
You got a tremendous mind, man.
Spending
Almost like
billions a
Ray
day.
Is there
Trump
any
rose the.
military action
Wait a
you
minute.
have to take before you
I knew I wasn't wrong about this. Trump rose the debt.
is not somebody I support? Is there any military action you would have to take before you would just stop and say, I made a
Well,
mistake?
I'm not crazy about this war, to be honest. I mean, we've already, lost 13 service members and spend $1 billion a day. Yeah. But, I mean,
Trump rose the national debt more than Biden. It was close, but he did.
Not for this. The numbers on the Google search.
Read it again. Biden was 7.6, not 8.4.
I have Biden at 8.45 or 5.4. But anyway.
Well, you're wrong, sir. Wrong.
I didn't create the database. I'm just reading what they have.
You're reading the wrong one.
I commend him for even.
That's a start. U.S. president.
That's a start.
Trump had to deal with COVID for about 3 years though.
I mean, Trump spent trillions. I mean, they all, like I said, it's all up there. It's trillions and trillions of dollars that'll probably never get repaid.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, listen, I'm just saying one did it more than everybody else.
Well, this presidency might be more expensive than all.
I think he's already ahead on this presidency. Yeah, he don't even.
He's the most dangerous of all of them, in my opinion. He's not just the most expensive; he's the most dangerous.
Well, where do you think he's going to go to next?
Would you agree that he's the most dangerous?
No.
Well, who do you think would be the most dangerous?
Woodrow Wilson.
Okay, let's speak presidents in our lifetime. Presidents in our lifetime.
Well, I mean, if you want, it depends on what you want to define. I mean, I think open borders are a pretty huge risk. I mean, I can't tell you, how many presidents.
Before there were borders, it was always open.
Well, we weren't giving them handouts and free flights.
Are we giving handouts and free flights for real?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
And we're illegal to drive tractor trailers. So, California, Washington State.
And what about the tax money that's paid? What about that?
No, I think they waived your taxes. I think they are.
No. I'm asking you about the tax money that everybody's required to pay, including anyone you consider illegal.
And I will go back.
Whatever word you like to use that stand for all of us. What do you think about the fairness of the taxes? Because they pay taxes. They work and they pay taxes.
Not if they're working under the table.
Do you think there are a lot of American people who work under the table too?
I know I used to. I miss it.
I wish I could.
Fuck taxes.
My question is, do you think there are American people? Do you think there are more American people working under the table than somebody else from someplace else? So how does it make it fair?
No, first of all, they shouldn't be here. That goes back to my original point.
Based on what? Because somebody white said they don't belong here and they shouldn't be here. So that makes it true because they shouldn't be here.
And I would say the same thing. It doesn't matter what my skin color is.
Hey, let me let you in on a secret. Do all your history. Learn every bit of history you can. And guess who shouldn't be here? And it's not you. real history of this place, this entire space. And I'll tell you who's not supposed to be here. Just saying.
Indians were here first?
No, I never said that.
Okay.
Never said that.
Okay.
Because they had to start somewhere, and they didn't get their skin from their skin just out of the world, out of the blue. So let's talk about who really shouldn't be here. If we're going to talk about who shouldn't be here. Let's talk about who really shouldn't be here. If you want to get technical.
Well, you can go ahead. I'll listen.
No, I'm just asking you. You're the expert on who belongs here.
Is the pesky?
You're going by because somebody told you who's not supposed to be here. You're going by somebody told you who's not supposed to be here. You better do your real history of the world. Not just this raggedy ass country. This junior country. This baby country. This country that says so much about every place else, but this country is the little country.
I'm a little more
concerned with
recent history than 400 years ago. You know, I guess why people talk about reparations. They want to go live in the past.
You wouldn't have a future without the past. You can't have a current state of mind without the past. The past is what built this country. The past is what's got us here now.
Right. Need to deal with what's here and now.
So we're not supposed to bring up the past? We're not supposed to discuss the past?
Well, no, you want to drag me back to 400 years ago, you know.
Because it's never ended. It's never ended. See, it's easy for a white man to use those words. It's easy for a white man to feel like it's easy for a white man in the United States of America to feel like he's being drugged back to a time that still exists. It's easy for you to say that. Because, see, you're not walking around worried about somebody trying to hit you. You're not worried about somebody being offensive to you. You're not worried about somebody calling you a disparaging name. You're not worried about that. Because, see, you're a white man in this country.
You don't believe
so it's easy for you to feel comfortable. It's easy for you to feel comfortable saying the things you're saying. It's easy for you to say, we can't go back in the past. See, it makes you feel comfortable saying that. But the reality is, you guys don't want to face the reality of what it is. And that's out of fear. Because, you know, if enough of us come together and stand strongly, you have no win.
Well, that's the reason why they're scared of the open borders.
But yet, who invented the generational poverty, the eugenics of Planned Parenthood, with more black babies aborted than born? Come on.
You're telling a damn lie. You are telling a damn lie. You are telling a damn lie. I work for a place, and I can tell you it's more white women who abort babies than black women because they have the dollars to do it.
Do you know the whole history of Planned Parenthood? Apparently not. Maybe you should go to...
Oh, guy. Look, y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much, goddamn. Y'all doing too fucking much.
There was more white women coming in than black women.
Well, that's true, too.
Check the facts. Facts don't lie.
I'm telling you the facts.
All right. Listen.
All right. Well, hey, folks, it was nice chatting with you. I'm glad we kept it civil. Be well, and it's getting late here. So.
Listen, man. Listen. Before you go, I want to thank you for calling in. You're a good sport. Not too many people can actually call into a show and stand up to scrutiny. And even though I may not appreciate exactly how you answered all the questions, I do appreciate the fact that you did leave yourself open to be questioned and even judged, and you did with it. You were a good sport about it. So you're always welcome to call back on the channel. We don't talk about politics every night. Only when it's on my mind, or I think that is necessary, which I thought it was. But I want you to know that regardless of our differences or disagreements I appreciate you calling in, and I think my other two callers, the other three, I think they appreciated you calling in too. I mean, because you didn't have to. You could have bailed out a long time ago.
And I respect you as a human being, and I learned from the Bible. You need to love your neighbor yourself. Not everybody is going to have the same opinions. Obviously, have different backgrounds, and but we always should be kind to all human beings. So that's the most important thing: is treat each other with respect. So if we do that at the end of the day, then we're all better for it. So
well, yeah, well, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate you. Have a good night.
You too. All right, bye-bye.
Call again. Join us again for other shows.
Absolutely. You guys have a good night.
All right.
You too.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
I tell you what, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. What the fuck? By the way, the other caller was my man Carp Diem in the chat. Carp Diem. He been rocking with the channel for a minute, but he never called him before. I didn't know that was him. He came in like gangbusters. He came in tearing shit up.
And y'all thought it was gonna be me, see?
Hey, I thought he was related to Kim.
That's right.
I thought he was related. I thought he Kim. That's his cousin.
Yes, he's my cousin.
Wait. All right. We're about to get on up out of here, man. This shit is crazy. But
the favorite part of the night is when the son jumps in and say, fuck that shit.
It's
a beautiful night though, man.
I mean, it was a good conversation. It veered off a little bit away from where I was trying to go with it, but it went where it was supposed to go. I believe that. But it was definitely a good conversation, and I would like to do it again when I have a little bit more energy. You know what I'm saying? But
you burned out a lot of it, bro.
This was good shit. It was good shit. Cause like I said, that boy, the white guy, he didn't have to. Most wouldn't have stood toe to toe like that. You got to respect that. I got to give him that. You know what I mean? Where he may have been lacking in information or being more forward or candid, he made up with in toughness, I would say. He was rigid, sturdy. All right. We're going to do these. Oh, no, you know what? Let's do the poll question. Okay. Let's see how many votes. 213 votes on the poll. Who do you blame for the war in Iran continuing at this point? 29% said Israel. This is out of 213 votes. 18% said the U.S. 22% said Iran, and 31% said Trump, which is the greatest percentage out of all of the other answers. So by this poll,
how many votes you said had all together? That sounds so good. 200 plus. Go ahead.
Yeah, now it's 216. So it's still 31% in favor of Trump. So according to this poll, the overwhelming majority believes that Trump is responsible for this war continuing. And he is. First he calls it a war. He starts the war, calls it a war, says that Iran started the war. Then he says that the war has already been won, but we have to still have to entertain this thing, and it's just a mess. So I think it's obvious who is continuing this war, and you know that there are financial interests that are involved, which is the reason that it's being continued further and further. And I don't expect this thing to end anytime soon. I know y'all probably saw coverage of that shit that he got exposed for, you know, that pumping and dumping with the stock market, and how Iran actually called him on that shit. That shit is fucking crazy, man. But the thing is, the way Trump is, he'll do that shit again. Like don't nobody watch that shit. He don't give a fuck. You know, and the more he is enabled, the more he is made to feel entitled, the worse it's going to get. If you think this is bad, you wait until the second half of 2026. This shit is about to be earth on hell. Not hell on earth. This is going to be earth on hell.
Just wait till next week. You ain't got to wait then. Just wait till next week.
Well, I'm saying we got to survive. We got to survive until the second half. Plus, my Eagles tickets will be paid off by then. All right.
Every morning I wake up, I hear something different about this motherfucker.
Every morning, every single fucking day. You don't get no days off.
No days off. I mean, I wish we can get paid for that.
Carb Diem in the chat says, we are too damn old to continue to be manipulated. The creator gave us all brains. Our time is short. I'm going to use mine. Propaganda is for suckers. I refuse to be one. Yes, you refuse to be one, but for everyone that makes the declaration like you, I would say probably 50 more decide that they're going to let somebody else do the thinking. And that's the sad part of it. That's the reason why you stick out like a sore thumb. Everybody watching this program is doing it from a computerized internet device. Yet some of us act like it doesn't exist. I don't know if it's whether we only choose to research information that fits the narrative that we want to believe, or if we just don't understand how this thing works. But we are moving more and more towards an artificial intelligence society, and we can use it to our advantage where it's necessary. But if we only do it like that's like a man only talking to pretty women. Yes, it's his choice to do so, but he may be counting himself out of just a decent intellectual social experiment by only talking to the women that he deems to be beautiful. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's your choice. But then somebody's going to call you on that. And nobody likes to look stupid. Nobody. But you would think that once a person is called on their ineptitude or something like that, you would think that they would make the change to not have that happen again. But that's not the way everybody's brain works. And when you have that gang mentality, like we were talking about yesterday, the gang mentality and the cult mentality, you get a bunch of people reinforcing all of the wrong ideals, all of the wrong principles to you, and then it becomes okay. It becomes okay. It doesn't even matter what really happened. All that matters is how we feel, and if we have enough people to make this feeling a law or the power structure. All right, y'all. Listen, I want to thank you all for calling in. Kim, peace to you. Troy, peace to you. Peace to Carb Diem and the unnamed super Caucasian that called in.
And I think he called in before because I remember his voice.
I don't remember him ever calling in before, but he may have. I could be wrong about it. He definitely sounds like somebody who may have participated in the chat before, because when you do that little dance around questions and shit like that, it sounds so familiar to me. I almost thought I almost thought we were at a congressional deposition and shit. Okay. So I gotta let y'all go and do these birthday shout outs. But thanks once again.
Everybody.
All right.
You too.
All right.
You too. Everybody stay safe. Peace. I'm out.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Out of all of this craziness, 32 likes. Come on now. I know we were more entertaining than that. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel too. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We get down really, really well over here. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 30th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Ro G. Happy birthday to you. And also Leah Ellis, Lachey Jones, Travis Burgess, Katrina Marsh, Annabelle Paradise, Yolanda Jefferson, Trinae Queen, Tawana Jamal Russell Curry, D Port, Diane I Am God's Child, Mitchell, Noretta Jordan, Trina Herring, Yaz G, and also Kiliana Demal, who is actually Yaz G. That's her second page. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious March 30th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen. There's a war going on outside. No one is safe from. I don't know what to tell you. Your taste runs the way that it does. You still got a buzz. You still hang around with Trump. You must be a chump. But the choice is yours to make. And I can't tell you which one or which exactly one to take. Some people like red. Some people like blue. Sometimes people would choose orange or pink. And you are the one that makes the choice for yourself. And I can't tell you exactly how to increase your wealth. But your health is something that we have to be concerned. And if this war goes on, we are about to learn a lesson that we weren't taught by nobody else. And I'm a little concerned about this shit myself. So I'm going to do the best that I can. And I'm out here trying to protect my fellow man, woman, and child. And I'll go to the bat. But I ain't trying to die for Israel. Fuck that. And I'm just being real with you. I'm serious. And I'm not out here bugged out and delirious. I haven't been dizzy since I got spun around when I was about 8 years old. But I was told to do the best that I can each and every day and represent your family and represent where you stay. And that's your neighborhood and all your neighbors, the old heads and Miss Gladys. Yo, I'm thinking the baddest thing that ever I could do was act like I don't know what I know. Yo, what's up with you? So I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Please hit the like button before we go out and take your own route. And I'm going to spout these facts and know how to act. And I'm going to act like I ate a bunch of Tic Tacs. Because I'm going to be talking and I don't want my breath stinking. Plus I got a brush and I'm going to act like a Candy Crush. That was a popular game. It's a popular name. I ain't trying to be so popular that I got all the fame. But please hit the like button and subscribe. And I'll be here tomorrow night performing live. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night. 1 a.m. in the morning. So please come back through. You know what I mean? Give us a try and holler back. Love is love. James Florin, my peoples. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, holler back. Peace.